your background of your growing up. I know it's Meerut to Paris and the world of luxury, and a lot of things happen in the middle as well. Today, the idea was to understand your journey and how you've come to this space, starting from the humble beginnings.
Growing up, I was extremely influenced by the flour mill around which we lived. We played inside and outside the flour mill, and it was a lot of fun. That structure, that architecture, more than the making of the flour, was very exciting to me. I was always staring at it on how beautiful it was, and it was very beautiful. It was because it doesn't exist anymore, sadly. But yeah, those are my memories growing up.
And then from Meerut, you shifted to Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
And how was the journey in Ahmedabad? How was the transition of life from Meerut to Ahmedabad?
Anything but privileged. And that was one thing I thank the stars, and it was very difficult life. Suddenly I realized that it wasn't the same luxury that I was born in. But growing up, I was 12 when we moved to Ahmedabad, and it was very different. But that shaped me. That suddenly made me responsible. It suddenly made me grow up and take charge of myself very early in my life. In small sense, not earning for the family or none of that, but becoming extremely responsible for my decisions. And I must say that growing up, the best thing that has happened to me is my parents allowing me to make my decisions. Even when I was at school, and big decisions that could impact career, etc. I was studying from science to commerce, from accounting to statistics and things like that. I mean, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew always what I didn't want to do.
Why Madura Coats? Why you had this bug of an entrepreneur which came in after, I presume. But why that particular company?
Madura Coats?
Yeah.
They hired me. Trust me, Bharat, I had no idea what I was gonna do. I had not planned my life. I had never thought I'll do an MBA. I ended up there because I didn't know any better. I knew what I didn't want to do again. I didn't want to do a chartered accountant because that's classic route for a commerce grad. I got so bored in the accounting classes that I found it so easy to say, I can't imagine doing this for the rest of my life. So, kuch ukhad lete hain. They admitted me, so I went there.
Yeah.
Madura Coats hired me, so I went there. But I think the two best things that have happened to me in that word by accident. IMA happening and then Madura Coats, that changed my life because I only thought they made threads when I joined them, but two of us, another friend of mine also from Ahmedabad, Dominic, he and I were placed in their apparel textile division in the deep south Ambasamudram. Beauty, absolute beautiful place, and that again shaped the whole idea of beauty in my head. It got reinforced in Ahmedabad first, tremendously when growing up there and being surrounded by this insane architecture. At that time, Ahmedabad was very, very different, and I would say one of the most beautiful cities in the country. By every day, there's a beauty, so that really consolidated my idea of a beauty.
So it's a very funny thing because I feel people get exposed to luxury at a very different time, and the appreciation for what luxury actually is comes at a very different stage as well.
Yeah.
So in your journey, where do you think these two instances would be happening?
Paris. After Madura Coats, I quit, and entrepreneurial bug was hitting me. There was one more step at Stencil. Again, that was the first step to entrepreneurship. It was an entrepreneurial company, and I was given all the entrepreneurial freedom, and that was great fun. And that made me feel, okay, damn, I want to do something on my own. Just one of those audacious moments when I had no idea what I will do, but I had this bug, I want to travel to Europe. No idea what, why, and what I will do there, but I wanted to feel what I had never seen before. I went. It was a short trip, 4 days. First time I was in Germany, actually. And the next time I went, a few months later, I included UK, France and Italy. A longer trip. These three countries, and I just stopped in France. Just met the right people and started something. And that little something ended being 16 years. And Paris changed completely. Just being exposed to so much of art luxury, beauty, craftsmanship. It's just looking at it, which changes the perception in strong influences. So exposure to luxury, a brush with luxury physically would be that buying of a Rolex. It builds slowly, but you're absolutely right. Like exposure to luxury and understanding of luxury are two different.